live?
Potentially.
Potentially. All right. So it's setting up meeting for Facebook Live. So I think it's going.
Meeting is now streaming. It looks like it.
Okay. Redirecting to Facebook Live. All right. Okay. So we're going to start. There we go. Yay. Woo. All right. So we're live. Woo! Okay, so I will quickly get started. So Katie Stevenson from Norcom Mortgage. I am live today with Avi Smith Rappaport. Anyway, woo! So Norcom Mortgage we're a residential mortgage lender, and we rely heavily upon technology to do our jobs and service our customers and all of that good stuff while we work from home. Trust me and know that I'm an actual person. Excuse me, and same thing for you. I'm sure that you want, because it's people want to make sure that their businesses will continue to run and their technology will support them, and they want to know that you're just not some like person on the other end of the phone from wherever, but you're an actual person who can help them. But this has also allowed us to become much more efficient in how we do business. So, why don't you, if you could, talk about what you've been doing you kind of branched out and added like a charitable piece of your business where you're raising money and collecting pieces of equipment for students.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah. So one big mission we have at the company is an overarching thing, help healing the world. And when all this started, the world seemed to need a lot of extra healing these days.
Sure.
And still does. And before did also. Anyway, so with all this happening, we found that, to me, what's the best way to heal the world or make sure that we have that we move forward is teaching our children and making sure that kids are well equipped as they grow older to join us in this world and help do amazing things. So when this all happened and the schools were closing physically, but now moving to online learning, we thought, oh my gosh, here's potentially an amazing opportunity, because not all families can afford another $1,000, $1,500, whatever it is, to get another piece of equipment in their homes. Plus, there's so much uncertainty. So there's a lot going on these days. So when we do various installations for our companies, we usually recycle the equipment. That's part of our services usually. So with this all happened, we thought, okay, we had a bunch of equipment that we had not brought to the recycling center yet. We thought, let's put it out there and see if there's any need. Because at that point we had, we just thought, okay, there's some possibilities. Maybe a couple students need some machines, whatever. And then the requests started pouring in, and it was really overwhelming. Yeah, at first, and it's still overwhelming, but it was so we had a number of larger institutions kind of survey the students from the different schools. CREC is one of them, which has been, we've had, I don't know, a couple million emails I've had with some lovely women, Kim especially there, over the past 2.5 months now.
Okay.
And as of this date, I think we've given out we're moving on 36 machines now, which is quite awesome. We've had amazing feedback from these students who, the families have a lot going on, and this is just one thing to allow their students, their children, to still learn, and it feels amazing. And there's still so much more that needs to be done. So in addition to what we had originally, I think our original communication was, who needs machines, something to that effect. And we got we got lots of responses. So then we said, okay, this is too many. We're a small business. We do what we can, but we don't have unlimited funds. So we asked our networks and our community for help, and oh boy, did they come through.
Oh, that's
We've had
amazing.
it's been amazing. We've had some nonprofits that have donated machines. We've had so many individuals donate machines and other equipment too. I mean, we're needing flat screen monitors. We need speakers because they're, like you said before, the kids are going on and doing, whether they're Google Classroom or Zoom sessions with their teachers,
Hmm.
they need to hear things.
Hmm.
Um,
And
Webcams. Oh, well, yeah, for sure, and see everything going on.
yeah.
Webcams are difficult these days to source, so that's kind of difficult. So we've had so many people donate laptops also in addition, which
Awesome.
is great, and iPads or Android devices like that, tablets, which has been lovely. But so then the need is even greater. So we set up a
Sure.
GoFundMe page, I think
Nice.
like 2 weeks or so ago, and out of nowhere, an anonymous donor contacted us and said, "Hey, we'd like to do a matching grant for you." So they said, and they wanted to give us $1,000 to this program, which was just like
Like,
crazy amazing,
like mind blowing. That's awesome.
right?
That's
So anyway,
awesome.
so yeah, so when we raise $1,000 before the end of June, we're going to get that extra $1,000 matching grant, and then we'll be able to grab a bunch of machines. I think Chromebooks is
Nice.
probably going to be our best bet, the
Yeah.
best bang for
Yeah.
our buck, that has all that stuff inside one machine. Yeah, so we're going strong with that. The team is fully ready to accept donations and refurbish these machines, and certainly we
Awesome.
clean everything off to make sure they're safe, and go from there.
Awesome. So, what is, if somebody wanted to make a donation to this project or this cause, what's the GoFundMe page? How would somebody go about making a financial donation?
We have the GoFundMe link is quite long, but I mean, the program is called We Care Computers Students in Need, so you can
Okay.
definitely find it that way. Also, people can contact us directly.
Okay.
Our office, I mean, you can find us online, wecarecomputers.com, but
Okay.
our phone number is 860-836-4191, or better, even email info at wecarecomputers.com. And we can certainly discuss. I mean, we need the machines can't be that old because they have to be able
Mhm.
to handle the software that the kids are using these days.
Sure. Sure.
But I think even we can tell you the exact specs when you call in, but even machines that are 5 years old could potentially be useful for someone, even though they might not be
Sure.
useful for your company or yourself.
Sure, sure. So when you, like a minute ago, you talk about, like you mentioned, like when you were servicing your clients. So like when you say servicing, does that mean like when somebody wants to upgrade a bunch of machines, then so let's say they have like I don't know, like a computer tower, or they have a laptop and they want to make an upgrade. They want, for whatever reason, they want new machines in their offices. So they'll make that purchase. You'll help them get them all set up and get up and running, and then they have all of these devices that they need to do something with, and you can't just put them in the garbage. You have to
Right.
properly recycle them. So you can take those machines and see if you can use them and refurbish them for the
Uh,
students' needs.
Absolutely. And if depending on the company, if data sensitivity, they might want us to destroy the hard drives so we can install new hard drives
Sure.
and then get those set up. But yeah, that's you explain it perfectly. That's exactly how it can work. If
I
you
got
have,
something right. Yay.
hey, you're on the ball, woman. You're on the ball.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Go me. Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Especially like, for example, like with what I do, when I'm ready to upgrade the machine that I have, I log into a server and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So it's extra, it's extra secure, because I'm dealing with people's private, confidential information. So I have so many different layers of security that I have to deal with. But whenever should I upgrade this machine to get a new one, I would definitely have to say the same thing of, because I don't know what might, I don't know what somebody might be able to access
Oh, right.
through my machine. I'm certainly not any sort of like technology expert, so I'm not smart enough to steal from people.
I don't think you would do that either, because
I don't think I would do it
that's
anyway.
another
I'm
conversation.
definitely not smart enough. But I need to make sure that I, for whatever I need to make sure that the customer's information that I've had
Oh, absolutely.
remains protected, even though I'm not using this machine anymore. So that's definitely definitely important, and it's good that you guys do that. So,
Oh, for sure.
and I think giving back to people who need a little bit of help is so important, and especially right now, we're all kind of going through this troubling, hard time together, and we have to be patient with each other and be nice to each other. I think that's
Yeah,
important.
I do think it's important. I appreciate, and I wanted to just say, I appreciate what you said, that we are all going through this together. So everyone is experiencing this from our own lens, and
Right, and
from our own dealing.
it's not necessarily like, oh, we're all in the same boat. Well, it's I kind of am looking at it like we're all weathering the same storm, kind of
Yeah,
in our own little, like you said, in our own little way, in our own little boats. But it's it's together, and I just think doing nice things and helping each other, like what you're doing, is really important, because continuing education, you can't just stop going to school in the middle of March. That's an awful long time until the middle of June.
yeah.
So that's an awful long time to not be a student. And I remember seeing an advertisement for one of those, I don't know, like Sylvan Learning Center kind of places where students can go over the summer to go to summer school type classes. And I remember one of their old advertisements of the kids, like they'd kind of shake their head and like you see like information falling out of their ear. So anyway, it's really important to continue on with the education. And there is, kind of a gap. So I'm in the Greater Hartford Host Lions Club that services Hartford and West Hartford. And we have a teacher who has been kind of talking about there's such a gap, unfortunately, with a lot of, I believe he's over in Bloomfield, and there's such a gap with so many of his students who, have devices and can continue on, and there's just so many that don't. And like you had mentioned before, people are maybe sharing one device in the house, and maybe
Right.
mom and dad have to work from home, and then the student has to do the schoolwork at night. So, which is super challenging. So I think your service project to get these devices out to students is really amazing. So, so that's really good.
And Kyle said, we would also still love to make new connections with school administrators who have need and can identify need. We're really looking to go through schools and administrators just to make sure that the machines are going to the appropriate places. We've been very careful with that. So please, your audience, but also you, I'd love to speak with anyone in Bloomfield too. We're starting small. We're just to make sure we do it right here, but I think we're getting some good processes in place. We'd love to meet more people.
Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. Yes, I will get you over this person's contact information. And I'll also request that he reach out to you as well. So see, in a 20-minute conversation, we've been able to put together a connection for something that's really important. So, so also for example, to your network as well, the Greater Hartford Host Lions Club offers 2 scholarships to graduating high school students, and I'll put the link in the post where students, you can share and you can let anybody know that if you know any graduating high school seniors that need a scholarship for school. The deadline is June 8th, so they still have a little over a week to get in that application. So yeah, so anyway, doing nice things for other people is very important. So anyway, is there anything else that we should cover or discuss or kind of go over? Or do you think we've kind of covered it all?
I feel really great.
Awesome.
Are you?
Me too.
Are you in Georgia? Is that where you're in right now?
Yes, I'm in Georgia. I'm in my messy home office. In Avon, and I didn't want anybody to see it because it's a little bit of
backdrop. It's so nice.
A little bit of a pigsty. So it's the Wormslow Historic Site in Savannah, Georgia. So which I have to say, I want to say I went down to Savannah maybe 3 years ago. My cousin lives in Georgia, and I got married, so I went down for the wedding, but went down a few days early and went to Savannah, and it is just absolutely my favorite place so
Lovely.
far that
Yeah.
I've been, and I just love it. I really like it there, and so anyway, if anybody ever makes it down to Savannah, you have to go to Jen and Friends Martini Bar. And
Ooh.
if you get plastered and drink too many martinis, they will call you a cab that will bring you to your hotel. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything.
It's a very walkable city too, but
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, totally walkable. Not after so many martinis, but because of
Classic.
there's like the cobblestone sidewalks, and it's
Right. Yes. Good call.
just I'm just saying, you got to be careful with that. But I became obsessed with Savannah years ago when I read that book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Mm,
Anyway, just love it
love
there.
it.
So
Good.
anyway, that's that. So yeah, we've covered a lot, and had a great chat. So I'll drop the info about how to get in touch with you guys up in the chat, and
Perfect.
we'll go from there. So all right, so well, anyway, thank you everybody for joining. So Avi, I'm going to end